Hello people of YouTube, my name is JD Shadow. This is going to be, I hope, a quick video, and it's going to be kind of an unstructured video. You no doubt see that I haven't really spruced anything up in the background here. Whatever you see, what you get. The reason why is because this is going to be something I want to get out there really quickly. And the reason why is because you no doubt have seen that there are riots going on in Baltimore right now. I'll tell you a little bit more about why you're seeing them in a minute. But the main thing I want to address is, first of all, the people who live in Baltimore, the people who are watching this, who follow me on Twitter, who I follow, who follow me on Instagram or any social media, Tumblr, Facebook, whatever. I use a lot of these things. I usually on Tumblr or Twitter a hell of a lot, more than I probably should. I'm probably obsessed by it by now. But if you are watching this, and friends of mine, you know who you are, and fellow Moonies, fellow Sailor Moon fans, fellow gamers, anybody in between, and everybody who's living in Baltimore, please stay safe. Don't go out there like this right now. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get seriously hurt, and I'm going to look right this way because I have CNN playing on my TV right now, so I have the TV right here. But please stay safe. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to go out there right now. Stay home. Just take it easy. If it's one night, you should take it easy right now. Just watch some of my videos. Watch someone else's videos. Watch someone on TV. Do something. Do something other than go outside right now. Because I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to hear about anybody who subscribed to any one of our reactors or anybody who watches any of our videos. Anybody who live in the Baltimore get hurt. Any fellow Moonies. Any fans, any gamers get hurt. And I hope you guys are not participating in these idiotic riots. So, speaking of which, what's going on with these riots? Now, I'm going to warn you, there's going to be a bit of political viewpoints being expressed here. Sort of might be a little strong. So, if you don't like that sort of thing, then you don't have to watch if you don't want to. But I think perhaps seeing is what's happening. I think you might be comfortable at least discussing it. And I would love my channel to sometimes be, or all the time, be a safe haven for you guys to talk about these kinds of issues without feeling as though you're going to be yelled at or screamed at for your opinion. And I would love that my channel to be something like that. So if you want to talk about this sort of thing, if you want to discuss this and you want to say something about this, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm probably going to turn the likes, dislikes off on this particular one because I don't want that to be a distraction. I don't want people to think that they have to like or dislike this thing. Just leave a comment down below and share your thoughts. If you live in Baltimore and you want to talk about what's going on right now, go ahead and leave a comment down below. What's going on in Baltimore is that there's this person who was murdered, and I forget the name of him, that was allegedly murdered by, I think it was a police officer or someone in the police force. And someone might be correcting me right now. I'm not sure about the complete details of this. But during the funeral, which was on Monday, some people began to riot and it got spiraled out of control. And you are no doubt seeing, if it's still going on, I hope it's not, of the situation in Baltimore, which there have been fires started, street fires been started, there have been stores been looted, stores been burned down after they're looted. If you want to take in that CVS pharmacy that was burned down after it was looted into account, I don't have any words to explain that. That is idiotic. That is terrible. That is a terrible way to get your message out there. Now, there have been peaceful protests about the situation that the person that was murdered, and that's fine by me. I'm one of those people who say, if you have an opinion and you feel so you want to express it, regardless of what it is, even if people don't agree with you, you have the right to express it. You have every right in the world to say what you want to say, as long as you're open-minded and you're careful about other people's points of view. Not everybody's going to agree with you. I know not everybody's going to agree with me on things, and that's fine. That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with people disagreeing with me, as long as you respect the viewpoints that I have or somebody else's has. I respect everybody else's viewpoints equally. I don't get mad. I try not to get mad at certain people's viewpoints unless they go way too far and they start using vitriol, stuff like that. I take care of that appropriately. But when you go to violence, when you commit to violence, that sets a new precedence into the situation, because you're no longer talking about the situation that led to the violence. You're talking about the violence itself. You don't focus on the real issue. And the real issue in this case is the person that was murdered and the apparent justice that was not given to this guy. Now you're being just as bad as the person who murdered him. You're being just as awful as the person who committed that act. So why make yourself out there to be worse than that? Why do that? Why commit yourself to that sort of act? And I cannot understand for the life of me why somebody feels the need to do that. But apparently tempers run high, tempers just go ape shit, and you see the end result. You see what's going on. Now, it's akin to what happened in Ferguson. Let's not beat around the bush here. The police and the mayor have not handled this thing well. Let's be quite honest. I mean, they haven't handled this thing well. I can understand to some extent the idea of the curfew being in fact the next day after they announce it, but more to that point, I don't know why they didn't do that sooner and say, hey, you need to be off the streets now. Like, state of emergency, get off the streets now. Get off the fucking streets now, because if you don't, who knows what's going to happen. We need to do our job to get these hooligans off the streets here. And that's what you should be doing. Get off the streets. Get out of that. Get out of that war zone right now. That doesn't prove anything. That just proves you're just as bad. That just proves you're just as evil or as awful. And you know what? We all make mistakes. We are only human. We're only human. I know people make mistakes. People, when your mind's that full of rage and anger and frustration, you tend to not think clearly. You tend to act before you think. You think with your actions, not with anything else, with your brain, obviously. And we've all done that. I've certainly have done that. I've certainly have said things and done things that I regret saying and doing. And I'm pretty sure that everybody who's watching this has done something in their lives or said something to somebody who later on, like, you know what, I should have not have said that. And they try to make amends with the people who they have wronged because of their actions and their words. I've certainly have done things which I later on say, you know what, I didn't mean the way it came out. I didn't mean how it happened. I did not mean what I did. And I do apologize for that, and hopefully we can move on from it. We're not robots. I mean, we're not robots. We are flawed for a reason, and we learn from our mistakes. If we learn from our mistakes, then we no doubt become better people. This is a huge mistake. What I'm seeing on CNN, that's a huge mistake. Hopefully this thing gets under control, because somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get killed. I think there might be a few casualties. I'm not quite sure right now. I'm trying to see if there's something that is on a crawl that says if anybody was killed or hurt by this. People want answers. People want justice, but all this does is make it harder. Again, if you live in the Baltimore area, if you are watching this or subscribe to me or you follow me on any social media website or anything like that, and you live in the Baltimore area, please make sure that everybody in your family, your friends are safe. Make sure you're safe, and make sure this gets out there. Make sure this gets seen, because we don't need to hear about any more casualties. Don't participate in this. Learn what the situation is before you go make an opinion, make a viewpoint. And if you are somebody who is affected by this, or you're watching this and it affects you in some way, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear what you say. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this, because it's a really scary situation, and I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's okay living in the Baltimore area. Thank you so very much for watching. I might be turning the likes, dislikes off for this particular one. Share this with people you know, because hey, people need to hear the message that this is not okay. This sort of tactic in order to get your message out there is not okay. Peaceful protest is okay. This particular act, this act of violence, no, don't do it. My name is JD Shadow. That just happened.